We've now covered most of our answer to the question asked by our former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Lloyd Erskine Sanderford. How did we get back here? So far we've talked about how spending more than you earn is bad, and so is printing money. We also explained what this means for our foreign reserves and how much of your tax dollars are simply going to pay off the loans that the DLP has taken. There's more, unfortunately. You've heard about the various downgrades that Barbados has had from the rating agencies like Standard & Poor's and Moody's. What is that really about? Well, the rating is a prediction of how likely you are to repay a loan. We all have various friends. You know that if Jack comes and asks you to borrow $10, you know for sure that next week, when they get paid, the first thing they're going to do is to come back and give you back your $10. But on the other hand, James borrowed $10 from you 6 months ago and you still haven't seen it. So who would you be more comfortable lending money to again? It's not that people won't lend Barbados money, they will, but they view it as riskier, and so they charge a higher interest rate. And as we've just seen before, a very large portion of what we spend as a country every year is paying off this interest. With these downgrades, the interest rate is now higher for any new loans, which means that it only makes the problem worse. And it's not like we went down just 1 or 2 levels. Under the DLP, since 2008, Barbados has been downgraded 23 times. Out of 130 countries rated by Standard & Poor's, there are only 2 lower than Barbados. Only 2. Again, think long and hard about what that really means. So, since it's now way too expensive to borrow from people outside of Barbados, who do you borrow from? Well, yourself, of course. Sort of. This happens in a few ways. One is with government bonds, and the former governor of the central bank put out a full-page explanation of this in the newspaper a few months ago. It's a bit technical, so we'll just say it's like lending yourself money on a monthly basis and then paying back with interest at the end of the next month. Like most of these measures, it's kind of like treading water with a weight around your feet. You can only do it for so long before you're in serious trouble. However, there's another place that the government has been borrowing from that should be a little more worrying to all of us. That is the National Insurance Scheme. Every month, thousands of workers put money into the NIS in the good faith that it will be there for them when they're sick or when they retire. But this money isn't just all sitting in a big account, it's being used for things. And one of those things is lending to the government. Of course, this is just fine as long as the government pays it back. But, as we've just seen, other people think that lending to our government is getting more and more risky, which in turn means that these loans are getting more and more risky as well. Think about it this way. The government of Barbados has almost the same credit rating as the government of Venezuela. Would you lend your money to the government of Venezuela? More importantly, would you lend them your retirement money? So let's recap. Spending more than you make. Bad. Printing money. Bad. Ratings downgrades. Bad. Borrowing from the NIS. Bad. So this is the answer to our former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Lloyd Erskine Sanderford's question. How did we get back here? The real question, though, is what are we going to do about it? Tomorrow, you have a choice to make. Either you're going to re-elect the people who got us into this mess in the first place, or you're going to elect the people who got us out of it last time, and who will get us out of it this time too. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to reward the DLP's failure with my ex. I'm going to vote for the people who have a track record of fixing our economy, the Barbados Labour Party.